Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do NOCTERRA issue number 5. Yes, we're going to continue the series because it's a good book. And this is more like a narrative-driven, focused issue. So we can, you know what? We're going to dive right in. Why not? So at the end of the issue 4, Val, her brother, and a girl called Bailey escaped their, how do you say that? They're attackers, if you will. You know, that this guy here, the shade guy, we still don't know who he is, what he is. We see little bits of hints, but he is not part, as far as I know, of the whole thing with the shades. The shades are the monsters that inhabit the world now because the sun is, it's gone. Well, there's now eternal darkness in the whole world. And he is hunting Val. And you can watch my previous reviews to know what's going on. So I'm not going to explain too much about that. So let's move a little bit forward with this book, shall we? So we are now in the Sanctuary, if you will. It's called the Prism, I believe. And this is it's her uncle, Val's uncle, and her brother, his brother, her other uncle is now dead. Is he dead? He's been turned into a shade by this guy. So Henny invites her and to help her and her brother in this place. And it sees that Sam, which is a brother, this guy, speaks in incomprehensible tongue, and that's the tongue of the darkness of the shade. And they have a word for it, and I'm gonna show you that a little bit later. But this compound looks really nice. It looks like a safe haven, and as you can see here, it shines pure light, and the pure light is curing people with the diseases, the shade disease. And we see here Sam almost turning, and they want to put him into bed, but then he transforms and attacks Val. But they are getting put down both by the security guards, and they are now unconscious, so they are not dead. And he's just speaking in tongues, and I love it when his skin turns into, how do you say, charcoal? That's why you say it, and his eyes is white and red, and basically also it resembles the costume that Val is always wearing, with the mask on. And this is what I hate. I told you also in the previous issues, I'm paying money for this. I'm repeating myself, but I'm going to say it again. This is a waste of pages. It doesn't bring anything to the table. And they are going to probably do it in the next couple of issues. I'm not sure how many issues there are. I believe 7. Not entirely sure. Maybe it's a continuous series. I don't know. But then he is healed. And he is just lying there. Well, he's not really healed. But what strikes me a little bit weird, I think it's particular, she's being shot in the chest. I mean, that's what I'm seeing here. Damn, the resolution is bad. Sorry, guys. I believe, is she being hit? Yeah, here. But there's no wound here. Only on the arm. But maybe, I don't know. I just don't know. So, Val is worried about her brother because he is reacting very good, but he's not cured yet. And I find it really weird that it's just only one bed in the middle of the room with all flowers around it. It feels like, they are in quote-unquote heaven. And so while her brother is getting healed, Bailey here has a nice intimate sister moment with Val. And to be honest, it sounds a little bit strange, but I don't feel the connection between her brother and Val as brother and sister. It's more like a person that, tagging along, maybe a friend or something. I feel Bailey and Val are the real siblings here. They are not, but that's how I feel it. The connection is more, what's the word I'm looking for? it's more there on the surface. And also, when they talk to each other, it feels like they know each other and they are feeling each other like, how do you say, that they are, you know, grow up together. You know, that's how I feel it. But that's not how it is, because these two are growing up together. But I don't know. He's a little bit stubborn, and he wants to. But he's a good guy. He wants to help her. He provides her with, you know, weaponry to battle the shades. And then we are moving to Dr. Tiberius, her uncle, and they are talking about what's going on, and they try to decipher the you know, weird language of the shades called the Ripa tongue, or the Hipa, if you will. And Tiberius speaks with Val about that he felt guilty, and that he has never a good connection with his brother that is now turned into a shade, and that his brother was the one that made it all, this whole prison, the blueprints, and that he's just the financial provider. And he 15 years ago, his brother asked him to build this place, these prisons all over the world, to help the people, as if he knew what was coming. And but that they're also studying the shades. And then he says to her, maybe you want to step from the glass wall behind you. And that she does. And then we see this awesome looking, gruesome images of the shades that, you know, those were people once, and they are being transformed because they couldn't help in time. So they are studying them to find a solution, and even to learn the tongue. But then, skipping a few pages, again, we have some conversation between Bailey, and then Val is getting interrupted because her brother is now better, and he is now, I believe, healed. And then they speak about what went wrong and how they feel about each other. And then the brother says, I have visions, when he was, you know, infected, or he was cured, about other beings called Eos. And they are well, that's what he believes, the enemies of the shades. And they are, you know, trying to communicate with each other through the infection. But I'm not sure if these eons, Eos speaking to him right now, or that was when he was infected, because when he was infected, he uses the language of the shades. So yeah, this is still a mystery, but he felt that he would communicate with them, and that this was all a beginning. There's more to come. And then Val and M become, you know, gone into an argument, and M says, remember the day when I was infected, when he wasn't sick? And she said, yes, you made a simulator and you lost track of time trying to make it work. And M says, well, I didn't lose track of time. Because the simulations and the simulator didn't work. So he kept working on it and working on it and working on it. And she said, what are you saying? That you just let you get self-infected? And Emmett gets a little bit angry because he sees that what's happening in the world, there is a war. There's a war coming. There's a war brewing. And he wants to be there. Well, Val wants to stay here, you know, help the people, try to find a solution, find a cure. So there is a, you know, an argument, and they are not on the same page. And she says, when will it be enough? Because she's explaining all the things that would happen. And he says, well, I hope the answer is never. It's never been enough. So he wants to, you know, battle the shades and probably help the Eos. Not sure how that works, but I think that is where this is going. And she storms off, and she's pissed off. And then again, she has a nice chat with Bailey here. And like I said, it feels more like brother sister. And also M is the brother, but I don't know, they are too much in an argument lately. So I think they're going to be divided, but they're still brother and sister. So at the end, Val wants to go to Tiberius again, but she hears Tiberius in the other room talking to someone. And I'm not going to reveal the ending. It's not really shocking, but I want you to savor it for issue 6 that I'm going to review later. And there is a guy on the screen, and she said, and that guy on the screen says, "Why don't you let me in? And I'm going to finish the job that you hired me from." So that's great. And but before I forget, they are speaking about a book, because I believe Bailey got a book with from the brother of Tiberius, who's now turned into a shade, about Eos and about the shades and a lot of information. So it seems that Tiberius wants to have that book, but yeah, we have to see what's going on. So yeah, this is more like a building up to what's to come, story progression, character interactions. I really love that. Normally, I just, if there's too much talking into a book, I just zone out. But the story is so fun to read that I'm all in, and I want to know more because I love the whole concept. So yeah, this is a cool book. Like I said, intermezzo for what's to come, and this is a, I don't know, preview page for something new. Looks cool too. Not sure what's going on, but I kind of keep an eye out about that. So yeah, NOCTERRA 6 got this cover, coming soon to Darksiders Comics, my channel. So yeah, leave a comment, like my video, share my video. I want to say, I'll see you next time.